run this solar system program. You can see that we are slowly zooming out. The program does it for us automatically as these spheres go closer to the wall. This is the end of this tutorial. Let me run this program. I will run my program. So this is a very basic 2D firework where these lines come out in the shape of a circle. And this will just keep on shooting more and more fireworks until we close this tab. Now, let's have a a look at my other program, where the 2D fireworks are a bit more realistic. Here we can see the lines come out in the shape of a parabola. Yes. Now, let's just have a quick look at our other fireworks. Let me run this program. Here you can see I have my ellipse. Now, let me run that. I press the space bar. I can zoom in a little. We have our sun and it's being blocked by a cloud, followed by thunder and rain. Now you can see we have a little problem if I rotate. I better go back to a camera view, which is the good one. Now if I rotate, you can see that the sun is actually behind the cloud, not in. Okay, this is getting confusing, so I better go back to this view. When you're making these simulations, it's a good idea to choose a view where things look the best and store it inside a camera so we can go to that beautiful view whenever we want to. We can get on this big fluffy cloud. So now it looks like we are sitting on a cloud and watching the moon, even though that's supposed to be a sun. If I want, I can make it a moon by simply turning it white. Let me just go back to camera view. program. I press the spacebar. Let's have a look at a view on top. Now let me just pause this and then go back to frame 1. Now, if I select some blocks, let's say this corner, and I hold down the shift button so I can select some more. Let's say these corners, and then I press the spacebar. They're all highlighted, so we can see where they end up. Let me just do that again. This time with some different blocks. Let me just randomly take some. And now I press the spacebar. Now we are able to locate these blocks. Let's run this program. So I simply press the spacebar since I already baked it. And because the frames are also already baked, the first time around is not slow. Now let's take a look at the view from the top. On the side. Oops. Inside the house. Now first pause it. And to pause it, I simply press the space bar. Now I am inside the house. And I'll press the space. Let me first move this back to frame 1 and press the space bar. You can see the ground is rumbling. I'll come out of this. You can see that this plane is really thin, so the bricks are falling through it. That's not really what we want to happen. I will run this program. Here, my red ball represents the sun, the blue one represents the earth, and the white one represents the moon. The reason the earth rotates around the sun is because of the gravitational force between the earth and the sun. So when you have two objects with mass, there will be gravitational force between them. The sun is pulling just as much as, the sun is pulling the earth. At the same time, the earth is also pulling the sun. But since the sun's mass is way greater than the earth's mass, only the earth moves around. The sun may move just a little bit, but it's negligible. Now, let me just zoom in a bit. There are these forces on the Earth. It's the gravitational force. You can also call it the centripetal force. And there's the centrifugal force. So it's the force that this Earth is trying to get away from the sun. These two forces must be balanced so that this Earth can rotate around forever. And, let's see here. The speed of the Earth cannot be too fast or it will fly out of orbit. And the speed of the Earth cannot be too slow or it will be sucked into this Earth. Into the sun. And same goes for the moon. The sun is also pulling the moon, but the moon is much closer to the Earth, so the gravity from the Earth is making the moon rotate around it. You can see we almost completed one full rotation, and we'll go into detail soon. And we made it. So let me just rotate it a bit and have a look. Here you can see the moon is rotating around the Earth. Now I also have another program, and I'll show it to you now. Here, you can see it more clearly since now we can see that over here, the Earth is rotating around the sun, and it will rotate in the shape of an ellipse. The sun is in the point of interest of this ellipse here I'm drawing with the trajectory of the Earth, and the moon should also rotate around the Earth in the form of an ellipse, and the Earth is in the point of interest of the ellipse formed by the moon. Now, we can wait and see if this one will touch here again. Almost there. Here we successfully rotated around the sun once, and the moon rotated around the Earth multiple times. Let me run this program. I can also rotate this around so we can have a better look at it. You can see these are 3D fireworks. Now I have another program. This program will have a bit more realistic fireworks. You can see these fireworks do appear more attractive. The colors here are random, so are their positioning, and so are their size. We can get more creative, and we can display some more unusual shapes for fireworks. Here you can see I have my ellipse. the program, I simply press the space bar. If you're wondering what this wireframe around here is for, this is the domain of our animation. We need a domain if we want these fire particles. Now let me zoom in a little. You can see I have this plane supporting the blocks for the roof. Let's go inside the house. First, let me stop it by pressing the space bar. I'll go back to frame 1. Here you can see we have the ceiling of our house. So if this is me, I'm lying down on the ground. Now, let me press the space bar and see the animation. Ah, the roof is falling on top of me. Now, let me just come out of it. This is the view from on top. Let me just run that program. I select the lava, click on either this or that, go to Shader Editor, I view all. This is too small, so let me just make this larger. This is the camera view I chose. And we can see this scientific looking view. But this is actually the wireframe. Let me zoom into this volcano. You can see this is the clone I was talking about. And let me just zoom in. These are all the particles that form the lava.